Oh, I just literally just watched the film today, and I mean, you and obviously Dylan share such good kind of chemistry. And I always wonder when it comes to romantic kind of two headers, do you get the chance to like rehearse much and get to know each other and help build that chemistry when the film begins shoot, or do you literally just thrown into it and the film begins shooting?
Well, what was really funny about Dylan and I is we actually met at a Halloween party like 6 or 7 years ago, and he says he was dressed as a wood elf, but I feel like he looked like Jolly the Green Giant or something. He was dressed in like this weird green outfit, like he's such a nerd, and it was totally himself at this party. But he actually witnessed me do my first and only keg stand. So that was kind of where our friendship started many years ago. And we had a very funny night, and then ended up seeing each other on this film years later. And we just like immediately hit it off. And we have such a similar sense of humor. And he's also a very trustworthy and professional guy. So that helps too when you're doing romantic stuff, when you feel like you can really trust your scene partner.
If he was as the Jolly Green Giant, what did you go as?
I didn't know it was a Halloween party. I was like the one person in normal clothes. So I probably looked weirder than he did, to be fair.
I was wondering too about in terms of kind of prep for this, right? Because I know because you sort of so much kind of TV series and films are based upon kind of books and popular kind of novels and series. I just wondered, do you when you sign on to a project that is based on a kind of original book, do you always read the kind of original text, or do you sometimes decide think it actually could be slightly interfering, a distraction, or do you have a kind of process in that regard? And what did you do on this occasion?
Well, for me, I ordinarily do read the books if there's any source material, but in this circumstance, we did such a departure from the books because they were written a long time ago. They frankly needed to be a bit updated more for 2023. And we really were like taking what was on the page as such a suggestion and turning it into something so new that I didn't want to feel too tied to what was on the book, because I think that would have confused me more as an actor to have this version of the character in my head when I knew we were taking it in such a different direction.
I know it's a bit of a cinematic trope, but it's kind of steeped in reality, especially from my experiences at school. But girls do generally go for like the bad guy. Why do you think that is?
I think there's something like dangerous and like fun seeming about the bad boy situation. I was never that person. I was always like intimidated by bad boys and not attracted to that. But I do think there's probably something that feels like dangerous and like taboo about the bad boy.
I once stole chewing gum from a shop near my school and told everyone about it, thinking that might kind of help, and nothing. Not
I don't know.
knowing.
Sounds like a bad boy.
I was going to ask too if you're any good at poker. Is that something that you? Because obviously the character is a bit of a whiz when it comes to that sort of thing. Have you ever played it before? Was it quite new to you when you took on this role?
I had never played it before, but I did learn for this, and it was fun because my dad's played poker a bunch. So my dad actually like taught me, but my dad and I ended up playing a bunch of poker together, which was fun for us. And they got me a poker coach too. But it was about understanding the game. Then it was also learning how to shuffle and how to play with the chips and like handle everything as if I've been doing it my whole
How's your poker face?
life. Working on it, still
Yeah.
learning.
Have you ever? I was interested to know. Have you ever picked up a kind of a skill when you kind of on a film or a TV show, be it poker or something kind of more physical, like a kind of martial arts training or anything like that, that you've kind of really taken to and continued on in your real life?
Well, I did a movie called Fall last year that was about two girls that were climbers.
Mm.
So, I had done some rock climbing in the past before doing that movie, but then doing that movie, we were climbing every single day. So it just sort of became a part of my routine for like 6 weeks was climbing. And that's something that I've really taken to and have continued to like a lot. And it's a great workout too. And I really love like the mental, it feels like a puzzle sometimes when you're trying to climb something and you're figuring out your best route up it or whatever. So that's something that I've like really taken to post filming.
That's cool. Yeah, I know. So I spoke to an actor once who had to do training on how to hold a sword on a horse, and that's probably something you can't carry on.
Yeah, I don't
As,
think you can do that
no.
every day. Yeah.
So have you guys shot Beautiful Wedding already? Then is that done? Is that
Yeah,
you've?
we finished that film in
Oh,
December, so it's in the can.
you guys must feel like such a team now, because I guess when you make a movie, often you kind of have to say goodbye to everyone, and it's obviously quite a
Yeah,
sad party. But did this feel almost more akin to making a TV series, having that kind of continuity?
it did. And if we continue to make more of them, which depending on the success of the first movie, we'll see. But it's kind of nice knowing that that chapter may be open and we may be able to go back and work together again. And we've become such a family and we all get along so well. it's like coming home with friends. You know what I mean? Like, it does feel like the second season of a TV show or something when you already know everybody, and it just feels like easy and fun.
Oh yeah, so no, I was just asking about basically plans for Abby and Travis stories beyond the second movie.
Yeah, I mean, I think if that's available and the studio is interested in making that story, I think we would love to reprise our roles. But it also totally depends on like how movie 1 is received and movie 2 is received, and you never know with things like this. But I think we all love working together so much. Any excuse to work together again, we'd be happy about.
Just very quickly before I do, I was interested to know actually, when you made the second film, is it quite nice making it with the first one having not come out yet? Because you haven't got any kind of, you can almost just carry on doing your own thing to some degree. I guess sometimes when you get audience feedback, you can almost accidentally kind of start pandering to a crowd. But did you find that?
Like in hindsight, because movie 1 has already come out in places and we've already seen some response, in hindsight, I'm very glad that we did the second movie before, because I do think some of the response and the comments would have definitely altered the way that we made movie number 2, be it for better or for worse. So I think movie 2 is what it is, and we all just like took a fresh take on this thing, and we'll see how people respond to it post movie number 1.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Best luck with the first film and the second film. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!